In three, two, one, welcome to another exciting episode of Buddy Talks. I am your host, Marvin, and joining me tonight is Mr. Brandon. Objection.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
How's it going, man?
It's going well.
Yeah,
Best can be expected.
yeah,
We are in a Walking Dead level situation,
yeah,
but what are
yeah.
you gonna do?
He is currently our man on the street, coming to us live remotely.
Right? Man on the street. I like
Ollie,
that.
how's the weather out there?
It's gonna rain. Oh man.
In today's episode, we're going to talk about something new that we both kind of been getting into, and that's going to be streaming. But before we get to that, I'd like to thank you all for joining me and just taking your time out of your day to listen to what we have to say. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm actually out there doing it, and I feel pretty good about that. So if you do us a quick solid, give us a 5-star rating and a written text review. That'll allow us to go ahead and give those digital hugs because 6 feet is the proper distance to be from people right now.
Facts. Big facts.
Moving right along. I almost forgot the name of the segment. It's the vibe check. Brandon, are you
Yo.
okay?
Bust a move. No, I'm doing the best that I can, man. Like it's weird because I was just having a series of conversations with certain people that I'll leave nameless to protect the innocent.
Okay.
But I feel like the what's hitting it hits in waves and it hits certain people differently.
Yeah.
Like there are some times when I'm like completely fine, and we've talked about some of my stuff on the show before.
Yeah.
But there's times where I'll be completely fine, and there's times where I'll just be climbing the walls, just trying, feeling like I should escape. Now, as somebody who was once in their life placed under arrest, this is by no means holding prison or anything
Yeah.
of that magnitude, but it definitely is like it. If you don't have perspective, it can really, really F with you.
Yeah.
And luckily enough, I found my group, my guild. Shout out to the guild. I found streaming. I found some new friends, and rekindle some friendships with some old ones. And it's been a ride, man. But I'm doing okay. How about you?
Me, I'm actually hanging in there. I think I've finally grown accustomed to how things are now. I'm used to not having to commute, working from home. That rhythm is I'm one with it now. I've channeled back into my middle school lifestyle of just kind of being an indoor kid.
I was just gonna say, I feel like some of us have prepared our whole lives for this.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like this isn't when people were like, "Oh, you got to stay indoors." For me, I do miss basketball and I
yeah,
do miss certain things, but realistically, if I wanted to, I could jump in the car and go for a drive.
yeah,
But outside of like having to transplant myself from one place to another place and then stay there for a set amount of time, I'm good. And
yeah,
in my opinion, one of the best things that's come out of this is the theater to home rentals where you can like buy a movie that's
yeah,
out in theaters. I think that's sick.
yeah,
So I mean, yeah, that's I'm not trying to make light of a very very grave situation, but your attitude in it is definitely a matter of perspective. But it's
definitely.
not trying to take the reins or anything like that from you. But I see what you're saying. Like
Yeah,
the routine, this has become the normal. It's gonna be weird when and if we go back. You
exactly.
know?
That's the part that's going to be like, okay, I got to remember how this all works being out in social groups and socializing with people. That's going to be the weird part for me.
It's gonna be weird. I saw Eric the other day at Target. We went and met up, and I bought some pops with him.
Nice.
And you know me at work, I like normally dap everybody up, and I got a special handshake, and we
Yeah.
like didn't even do it. It was like this awkward, like, "Okay, see you later," you know. And it just felt weird. And I was like, I said it out loud. I'm like, that's what I miss is dap. I miss
Yeah.
like the brotherhood and
The
all the stuff that
camaraderie.
we had. But holy smokes, dude! Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember ours. I don't know if I remember the rest of them.
Yeah, I think ours, that's going to be one that we can never forget just because
Yeah,
it's been
that's
so long.
cemented. That's high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. We don't have the part
So
where we roll across the lockers anymore just because we don't have
we
accessible
don't have
lockers.
lockers. I miss Joe.
I know, right?
I do miss Joe.
Nothing happened to Joe or anything for those listening. He's just
Yeah,
not
no,
here right now.
he's alive. He's just we're social distancing.
Exactly.
He's fine.
Yeah. But jumping into our topic, because this is something that we've both kind of we talked about before, and then you took the leap of faith and you dove right in.
I did.
And then I followed along, followed suit. Streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and let people know what exactly that is? I'm sure a lot of people understand what it is, but for those that don't know, go ahead and
for the three.
Yeah.
So essentially what I do is like, the funny thing about it is I have great memories of doing it with my brother.
Yeah.
Sometimes as a gamer, you don't necessarily want to play the game, you want to watch it. Some people don't like to play horror games because they don't like to be scared, but they love to watch other people get scared.
Yeah.
Or some people don't have the dexterity of being able to like shoot and twitch and kind of do that thing as well as the next guy. Like one of the guys that I'm watching, one of the guys that we work with, he's amazing at Call of Duty. And it's funny because when he's interacting with his chat, he's like, I'm undefeated in the gulag and da-da-da-da-da. And it's a fun way to interact with people while you're gaming. I think it's a very, very cool social networking thing for gamers and now for, body painters and artists and cooks and, moms, dads, whoever. But yeah, streaming is basically just kind of sharing your hobby with the world at large.
Yeah, because it started before as what, Justin TV?
I want to say that's how essentially it went down. And the funny thing is, if you go through Twitch, like they used to have back in the day, like an in real life section, like it was called IRL.
Really?
And now that's moved over to what they call is just chatting. And there's a guy that I watch. I can't remember his name because I'm not following him. My bad. I should be following him because he's pretty damn cool. But he drag races. Like he's got an IS 300 that he put a 2J in, and he's got a bunch of world record times on it. So I found him through a live stream fails thing because every time there's a crash at the track, he gets it on stream.
Yeah.
They clip it, submit it or whatever. But like that's. I was watching that and I was like, you can pretty much do anything. And the truth is like I had been thinking about, and you know this, I've been thinking about content creation for a while.
Yes.
And I wanted to be able to like do something that would unify all my hobbies and something that I could share with the world and kind of interact with people and be helpful. And this is it. Like I'm in a Discord group, and I'll read you a message real quick that somebody sent me today. He said, we have this group, we call it the Guild. It's a bunch of us that are either getting into streaming or are kind of picking it up. And this guy that's in there says, so to Objeckshun, and I don't know if I should name the other people in my group, but to me and 4 other people, I love you all to death, and I want to say I appreciate your friendship. All you do, you make my life a happier and better place. I'm lucky to have y'all. And it made me emotional because that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like last night, I was watching somebody in that group stream, and then after the stream, one of the guild members in there, I'll name him, a guy by the name of K-Town, was like, hey, Objeckshun, do you want to play some Mortal Kombat? Now, I bought Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Actually, I bought it twice. Like, I bought the game and then sold it and then just rebought it just because it came with all the DLC, and I wanted the Terminator and all the other shit. So I haven't played any of it since like Mortal Kombat 10. And I was like, hey man, are you going to stream it? And he was like, nah, my internet's kind of butt. Can you stream it? I said, sure. So, and I have like the face cam and stuff all hooked up now for all the consoles and everything. So I turn it on and I get into the stream. And dude, I was planning on streaming for about 20 minutes. I streamed for an hour. I won maybe 3 rounds. Yeah. But I had a blast. It was stupid fun. And he was trying to teach me how to play, teach me certain things and stuff like that. And I think the rounds that I did win, like if I'm being completely honest, I'm pretty confident he let me win them. But then we had other people that would stop in and be like, hey, do this or do that. One of the guys, I meant to go back through the VOD and get his name so I could go give him a follow. Yeah. He was trying to tell me how to play, but he was using like Mortal Kombat terms.
Gotcha.
Like when we play Smash and we're like, we're teching, we're doing this, we're doing
Yeah.
that. He said like forward two to up four, and I was like,
What
what is
does that
that?
mean?
And then later on, after I ended the stream, my buddy in chat was like, hey, this is what he meant. And I'm like, oh, he's talking about the buttons on the controller, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's what I had assumed, but I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. But even using some of the Smash stuff, not to get off topic,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, there's a lot of like startup lag. There's a lot of end lag on Sub-Zero's moves. Like this might not be the guy.
Yeah. I didn't take you for a
but
Sub-Zero guy. Okay.
I needed what I needed for this particular fight was to be able to get across the board quickly, get across
Gotcha.
the stage quickly. And Sub-Zero has a slide, so it's either him with the slide or Scorpion with the teleport, or Johnny Cage with the key. Like every Mortal Kombat character has that get me across the stage fast move.
Yeah.
And Sub-Zero's was the one that I was just able to time properly.
Okay.
But anywho, the point I'm trying to make there is like just streaming, especially in these times, because I mean, like if you were to go, I don't know if you've been, and I'm sure you haven't because you don't have to. Not that I have to, but I do because I can.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been to a Walmart lately.
I have not.
But they, in terms of like streaming stuff,
yeah,
it is annihilated. Like
That's
I
wild.
was looking at when I was shopping this laptop, I was looking at a couple of Nitro 5s. One was Ryzen powered and one was the one that I got, the 9th Gen i5. And the problem that I have is that the parent company for Razer is Intel. So they do their requirements based on Intel chipsets. So they're like an or a mobile i7 or better or whatever. And I'm like, I'm sure the Ryzen 5 is a better chip, but if I get it and none of this works, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I ended up I sat there, and finally my stimulus came through. So Deanne was like, should I transfer the money? And I sat on it for a while, and I'm like, I don't know. And then I'm like, you know what? I got into a chat with Razer, and I was like, hey, does your stuff work with AMD chipsets? And they were like, yeah. So I said, cool. Went to buy it, gone, sold out.
Oh,
so
bummer.
I'm like, okay. And I mean, I'm glad. This is a better machine.
Yeah.
I didn't need all of this, but I'm glad I got this, and I still got this one
it's some longevity
on sale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this one's nice. Like I'm definitely happy with it. But anywho, I forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah. So laptops en masse, like affordable laptops or even some of these higher end ones, are vanishing. These stream boxes are vanishing.
Yeah.
Blue Yeti microphones are vanishing. Like everybody's trying to get into it.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a webcam, so I had to get a machine with a webcam. And then I remembered that my Kinect, like I can hook it up to Windows 10 and use that if I have to.
Okay.
But, yeah. But yeah, like streaming is becoming something like, for example, David. I knew David was a streamer. David was, I think, 2 or 3 from affiliate. I don't know if he got his affiliate yet.
Yeah.
But I know that he's a lot closer than I am. I only need 16 more followers, by the way. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
I
got you. Live studio audience got you too. So there's 2 more right there.
Preach. But yeah, like it's really something that is letting not so much it's not for me like a money grabbing thing or a any type of like, I'm not trying to get rich, I'm not trying to get famous. I'm trying to help people, I'm trying to interact with people, I'm trying to make some new friends where I wouldn't normally make friends. Like I now can say I have a friend that lives in North Dakota. I have a friend that lives on a Native American reservation in Arizona.
Wow.
I have another friend that lives like right down the road from him off the reservation. I got 2 friends out in California. I got a friend in Alaska.
Nice.
We've had funny conversations about Shadow Moses Island. For those of you that don't know, Shadow Moses Island is fake.
Allegedly.
But he,
for storing Metal Gear.
I literally am making friends all over the country, and people are just, it's crazy because I'm the type of person that I went like it's no secret to anybody. I had a rough year last year, and I was
Yeah.
really going through the whole, what do I have to offer?
Yeah.
And I'm really for the first time in a very long time feeling like I found my niche.
That's
You know what I'm
awesome.
saying? I can't wait to start incorporating the car content and some of the other things that we do. But for right now, sitting down and playing Final Fantasy or um, doing whatever. Somebody got me into. They didn't really get me into it, but they showed me how to do it. I don't know if you've heard of this game called Valorant.
Yeah, that's the
It's
one
like
that
a
Riot. Yeah, it's
hero-based
like Overwatch
shooter.
with Riot.
Yeah, it's like a weird mix of Overwatch and Counter Strike.
Okay.
And this guy in my group was like, "Hey man, does anybody want to get into the Valorant beta?" So I was like, "I'll
Why not?
try it just to try it." And I ended up watching a bunch of streamers, and I got my drop. And I was like, cool. So I installed it, and then I put in the group. I was like, so this happened, and I showed them my computer installing Valorant,
Yeah.
and everybody was like, dude, when are you gonna stream it? Da, da, da. And I'm like, yo,
That's cool.
that's awesome. Like people want to see what I'm doing, and I wouldn't go. I mean, I'm not bad at. I mean, I'm not great at that game. I've only played it once.
Yeah.
But like, Mortal Kombat, I'm clearly not very good in. But there are games that I'm decent in, and people really just want to hang out and chill and chat and have fun.
Yeah.
And we have conversations about who's waifu or who's bae between Tifa and Aerith. I have a Tifa action figure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I know back in the day I was all Aerith, but I think Tifa's grown on me.
Throwing hands, man.
Yeah.
Tifa's throwing hands. No spoilers. I haven't finished it yet. But this is like what we're doing right now is kind of like how I interact with my stream. I let them, make game decisions and stuff like that. Like the other night, I don't know if you were in chat. I think you were when I was like, chat, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And they picked, the dress that Tifa's eventually
Yeah,
going to
I was
wear
there.
and all that extra. So I mean, it's a cool way to make friends, and I really didn't think that I had any chance of being successful in it. Look at David killing in the gulag. I didn't think I had was going to have any success at it, and I think I'm really doing very, very well with it. My mom jumped into Twitch and started following me. So,
That's awesome, man.
like I can't complain, man. I feel like I'm in a good spot with it. I'm really, really enjoying it.
I'm glad. I know it. I always loved that sort of thing. Like, for me, getting in groups and just kind of shooting the shit as we're playing games and commentary, that's always been something I love doing.
Right.
Whether it's like movies, whether it's games, or whatever it is, I just feel the need to do so. Like back in the day when you were trying to watch the Lord of the Rings, the first one, and me and Alex just would not stop with our commentary. Or when you were playing Lego Batman that one time, and we just kept going with it.
Man, what a throwback!
Yeah, and it's just being an AV nerd, having the equipment, because I got an Elgato back in the day as a gift for my birthday from my old roommate. And then eventually I got a Cam Link and a stream board, a stream deck, because they're on sale. I have a stream deck.
Sick.
Yeah, they were on sale. So I was like, you know what? I'll get it. And then I started messing with the stream deck during podcasting. I used it as a soundboard. I was like, this is kind of cool. Yeah. And now I was like, I have all the pieces. Why don't I just actually sit here and do this?
It makes perfect sense, man. Like,
yeah,
it makes perfect sense. Like, what happened, how I got started, it's hilarious.
Yeah, how'd you get into your Discord group and all that?
So, I am probably a little too old for this, but I have a TikTok account.
Okay.
I am also man enough to admit that I have a slight TikTok addiction.
Okay. That's why I haven't downloaded it yet.
I kind of go on there and I search up all my weeb content and my gaming content, and I don't really put too much stock in any of it. And the truth, the very, very truth of the matter is like, without coming across as crass or disgusting or gross or anything like that, a lot of the people that pop up on TikTok are I don't think anybody's unattractive, to be honest with you, but a lot of the people that pop up on TikTok, I feel like could be they all could be models.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't have, and a lot of it is just confidence. I don't have that kind of confidence. Anyways, we're getting off topic.
That's fine.
So I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw this account. I'll shout her out because she's mad cool. Her name is Rikichuu, Rikkicuu.
Okay.
And what got me is, I stand for Naruto.
Yeah.
She was doing hand signs, and
Okay.
I was like, okay. So I gave it the follow. Now, when you follow somebody on TikTok, the algorithm just pumps all their stuff into your following page.
Gotcha.
So what's happening to me lately is like I'll follow somebody and then I'll go and through my following and it's like, man, their content's a little cringe, or their content's a little this, or their content's weird. It's just not my type of thing. And then I'll unfollow. So I went to my following page and I'm scrolling through and like her videos pop up and it's like, yo, this girl's hilarious. Like, she's kind of funny. And you don't get, and I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that because I know a lot of funny women. I know a lot of funny people.
Yeah.
But just, I never randomly had seen anything like that. And there have been a couple, but none of them that claim to be gamers.
Yeah.
So, and again, no shot at anybody, no shade, nothing like that. It just, I was like, yo, that vibe is kind of cool. Like, she was doing the hand signs, da-da-da-da. So I hit like a couple times, and then she was like, hey, I'm streaming on Twitch, da-da-da-da-da. Come check it out. So the first time I went, she was playing Skyrim. Okay. And I've never played Skyrim. So I was just, and I'm a shy guy. I don't interact or anything like that. And for a while, we've been talking about creating content and doing this and doing that. And I used to think that if you weren't like Grand Pooh Bear or Summit 1G or Shroud, that you couldn't be a streamer. Like it had to be a job if it was going to be anything. So I'm in there and I'm watching Ricky play games, and like me and maybe 2 or 3 other people are in there, and she's streaming directly off the PlayStation, using a PlayStation camera, and I'm like, yo, I can do that. Like I can do that. And this is, I'm desperately not trying to take shots at her. And this is something that I learned personally throughout this whole experience, is that you don't have to be amazing at a game to be a gamer. Not that she's not good at the games that she plays. Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a second. So she was playing the game, and I had no idea what was going on, so I just figured that she knew exactly what she was doing. But, like, for example, she's played through the game multiple times. Yeah. And last night, we were all in chat. She was playing Skyrim, and one of the guys in chat, or one of the people in chat, I don't know if it was a guy or girl, was like, hey, if you hold the L1 button, you can sprint. And it just dawned on her. And it was the funniest thing in the world. It was like, yo, that's hilarious. But she's so cool about it. It's like, there are a lot of people that are out there that are like, yo, I'm really a gamer and I'm this and I'm that and who I'm referring to. Yeah. And this person's not like that. Like they are super cool, mad chill, always trying to interact, always trying to read every comment. So when she's super famous, she's gonna struggle if she doesn't have mods because I forgot to mod you. Remind me to mod you. That's good. Her chat is going to go ham because she interacts with everybody. And I was watching it, and then right as it ended, I gave a follow. I waited until she was gone to give the follow because I'm like, let me come back and see what this is, and I didn't want any, like, sort of, like, public call-out. So, I'm going through TikTok, and it's like, hey, I'm going to be streaming here again, and then I get the pop-up, the notification. I had gotten it a couple times, but I was like, nah, I don't really want to mess around in there. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. So I go in there, and she's playing Crash Bandicoot. And I don't know if anybody, I didn't remember until I bought the remake how difficult that game really is.
I've never actually played it.
Say what? You've never played Crash
Bandicoot?
Bandicoot?
Yeah.
Dude. Crash, and I remember how they used to compare, like, mascots, and they'd say Mario here and Sonic here or whatever. Crash Bandicoot was a stupidly hard game. Like, in that it was just dumb hard. Like the jump boxes were weird. It was kind of like, how can I put this? It was kind of like Mega Man. Like when you were
Oh
in
yeah.
it back in the day, like it didn't seem like it was tough. But now that you have like consciousness of what the
Yeah.
challenge is, it's like, yo, this game is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Um, but her idea was, oh, it's a game from my childhood. I used to be good at it. Every time I die, I'll take a shot. And I didn't want to see that happen to somebody who was like kind of just getting started on Twitch.
Yeah.
So I jumped in just random with a comment, hey, you got to do this. Hey, here's a shortcut. Because I remember some of this stuff from playing through the game
Yeah.
way back when. And she was extremely cool about it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that got me was like the guys that were in her chat were also mad cool. Like that's where I met K-Town, and that's where I met Rizo. And
They weren't just thirsty.
Elders. They weren't just thirsty. They were like actually fucking cool.
Yeah.
And you know, we got into banter, and now me and K-Town were like, it's kind of not to insult him, but it'll never be like me and you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
It's
that's
different.
the type of banter that we have in Discord. Like he'll say something and I'll bounce it back, and he'll bounce it off of me, and stuff like that. Like
That's
we were
cool.
playing Mortal Kombat, and I clipped it. I'll send you the clip after we finish here.
Yeah.
Or you can go to my channel, look it up. He was playing Katana, and I was playing Sub-Zero, and he did this move where she threw it back and hit Sub-Zero in the face, and it smashed his whole face in. And I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, bruh, I wasn't ready for them cheeks. And so I went to the Discord, and I put it in there. I was like, dude, them cheeks, though. Everybody's like, bruh, what did I miss? So I clipped it. I sent it to everybody, and they're like, yo, that's hilarious. But that's the type of thing, like, when I first got into the Discord with them, she wanted somebody to make her a Discord, and the guy that has been streaming for a while, Rizo, helped her set it up. And so we all joined this Discord, and now I'm a founder in there because I was one of the first people to get in there.
Is it open for people to join?
Yeah, you can join. I'll send you the link.
Cool.
But we were in there chilling or whatever, and like K-Town had said something about like, you know, being worried about the coronavirus or whatever, and then just randomly 15 minutes later he was like, yo, I went to the store, they were sold out of Twinkies, and I was like, my guy, you know how I was like, my guy, I gotta go find some Twinkies. I gotta have one for the homie. So he was like, avenge me. And I was like, yeah, bro, now we finding Twinkies, bro. So I went out that day and got Twinkies. Like I had to have them. And he will never get a Twinkie from me. Maybe one day he will.
Yeah.
But
maybe one day you'll break Twinkies.
Exactly. It's that sort of camaraderie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was one day a couple weeks ago where I got up and I just was not feeling it.
Yeah.
And I put it in there. I was like, hey guys, you know, depression's hitting kind of hard today, but you know what? Fuck that. Let's get it. And all of them had my back. And they've all had moments like that too, where it's like, man, you know, I'm not feeling it. And I'm like, bro, we gonna destroy this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird to have that camaraderie with people that you've never sat right next to. And now, instead of like being famous and being on Twitch and you know, making any money off of this or whatever, I would much rather like me and you go to a TwitchCon and meet these people and just be like, bro, let's dap up, because we don't have to be 6 feet apart anymore. You know
I know, right?
So, I mean, yeah, and that's the love, man. Like I was telling Jerry the other day, I was like, dude, because it seemed so natural that I forgot to tell him, because that's on my dream board.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, dude, I forgot to tell you. I streamed the other night. He was like, oh, I saw it on Facebook. And I was like, yeah, I'm streaming. I'm famous to like 15 people. And he was like, that's awesome. How's it make you? And we went around and around about it. But for me, it's really like, regardless of the platform or whatever the case may be, it's definitely easy to get started on Twitch. Like all you need is this or that. You know, if you have an Xbox or a PlayStation, you can't stream to Twitch. And the Xbox, you can plug in any webcam. You don't have to have a Kinect. I found out way later. And it works. For Facecam, but you don't have to have Facecam. There are very, very, very successful streamers. You never see that.
Yeah.
You know? I just want to be able to connect with people.
Yeah.
And I feel like the best way to do that is to kind of like lock eyes with them, if you will.
Yeah.
But outside of that, man, like it's just an amazing feeling. It's
Yeah.
so freaking cool. And I know you feel it. Like it's
Oh
that, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, oh man, like it's such a dope feeling, man. And the funny thing is I can turn on a stream and stream to one person and be like, let's get it, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like having a homie sit down and watch you. You remember back in the day we used to like Lego
Lego
Batman, or
Batman.
we'd all sit down and just like, I used to watch. What is the game that I used to watch? There was a game that I used to watch Stanley play all the time,
Yeah.
and I think my brother eventually picked it up. Alundra?
Oh my God! For
Remember that?
PS1,
PS1.
that was like a
Alex used to
Zelda
play that
clone.
shit all the
Yeah.
time. And I remember going over to Alex's house and just like chilling, and it's like, bruh, I don't want to play this. This game's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's what streaming is now on a global scale. Like you see, again, no insult to women, but you see a lot of girlfriends and wives that sit with their husbands and watch them game.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like doing that for Stadium.
Yeah.
And some of the streamers that I watch, they have hundreds of thousands of people watching them. They have more people watching them play Counter-Strike than the Buccaneers have watching the Buccaneers play football at their stadium.
That's true.
There's no required cost of entry. If you like that person, you can donate to them or subscribe to them and help support their content.
Yeah.
But I think as long as you have like good intentions, and as long as you're not just like, I like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt and not say you're a garbage person.
Yeah.
But as long as you just have good intentions, and as long as you are trying to bring something positive to the community, like there's a lot out there to do. Like one of my biggest hurdle was like, I have to have 1,000 followers immediately. I want this to become my new stream of income.
Yeah.
And da 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 da. And that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to be instantly famous, and I wanted it to bring me wealth, and I wanted everybody. And there are reasons that I won't get into now, where it's like I want to have as many eyes on me as possible, because I want certain people to see where I'm at. And it's not like that. Like, you don't have to be super famous, and you don't have to be, you don't have to be like Shroud, and you don't have to be Ninja.
Yeah.
You can just be Brandon, be Marvin.
Yeah.
And just, do what you like to do. And these guys all started the same way. It was just like, hey, I think I'm pretty good at this. Maybe I'm not very good at it, but I'm going to show other people how well I can do at it. And they just built their communities. And I'm lucky enough to have fallen into a group that basically we push each other.
Yeah.
Like if I hadn't, it's so funny. And I put it in the group the other day. I was like, I friggin' love you guys. And if I hadn't gone to a random ass TikTok and went to that stream and tried to backseat game, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I wouldn't be doing something that I wanted to do for a very long time that I love doing. And
Yeah.
thank you. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
Like, it's amazing how sometimes shit just
falls into place. Yeah.
And we're pushing, we're getting it. I don't know where your counts are, bro, but if you come to one of her streams and then join the Discord, I guarantee you will go through the roof. Like, I would say between the Facebook plug and that group is how I got to where I'm at. Before, it was
awesome.
Coral, Justin, you, and Stanley. What's that? 4 or 5? 4.
4.
So, and I've been streaming, according to this, I started streaming earlier in April. Like, the first game I streamed was what? Final Fantasy? No, it wasn't Final Fantasy. It was something else because I couldn't stream Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Wasn't it like Call of Duty?
I think it was Call of Duty, yeah. But that was my first stream, so that was April 10th. So that was 11 days ago-ish.
No, it was not April 10th.
No,
it was April 8th.
April 8th.
Because it was early.
It was early. So that was what, almost 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
And I've had Twitch for God knows how long, and I had 4 followers, and in the space of 2 weeks, I gained 30.
That's awesome, man.
I mean, like, and that's no flex by any means. It's just, if you get in with a good community, you get blessed. Like,
yeah. And I think that's what I've run into, because for me, I not necessarily having a bunch of people follow me. I just want to be able to entertain at least one or two people, and I just want to make sure my production value looks good.
Yeah.
That's my main thing. It's like, as long as what I'm doing looks up to snuff, because like I said, I'm an AV nerd and I do video work, and I want that to look on point. I want it to look official.
I bet you Tom will follow you.
You think?
I would bet anything. I might put it in David's chat, like, bro, you think Tom would follow me? I wonder, because, realistically, I wonder what the logistics would be of just doing a drone stream. Because if you
It
look in
wouldn't
the
be
tags,
that difficult, because as long as I can get the feed to my computer, easy.
if you look at the tags, one of the tags, like I follow Grand Pooh Bear, and one of his tags is visual ASMR.
Huh.
And like that's a tag on Twitch. Like just shit that's satisfying to watch. I would love to watch a drone fly around at 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. There are people that are more famous than me, people that are extremely famous, that have sleep shooters. People just watch them sleep.
That's a little creepy, but
it's extremely creepy. But
not
I'm just
for
saying,
me.
like,
But
it's not.
There's an audience for it.
There is an audience for it. No, I don't shame, but it's there.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's people that they'll live stream themselves playing basketball. They'll live stream themselves drag racing or track racing.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Is I want to get a GoPro hooked up to a helmet and take the Civic to a track and stream a hop.
Easily.
So now that I'm doing it, and it's not as prohibitive as I thought it was. Like, I figured out a way to get this to be a webcam.
Yeah.
Like through an app.
Yeah.
So, and
that's a cell phone
looking
for
at
those
it
guys who can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, doing it on Ethan's computer, I was like, that's really good quality. And then looking at like the Dragon Feeny, she's got I think 3,000 subs. Her stream, I found out the other day, her entire stream is in 720.
Oh wow!
So you don't have to be a 4K guru. You just if you want success, you have to be entertaining. You have to be you have to put out good energy and stuff like that. But this, as far as streaming goes, I really do believe that the success is what you make it. If you're streaming and there's nobody in chat, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody, it would be nice to have the sub button. It would be nice to have the ad revenue. One of the guys, the first night I streamed that Call of Duty stream, I got into a match, and the guy had mentioned making a couple $100 off of Twitch last year. So I asked him, I was like, hey, dude, like, does it tell you that I'm streaming? And he was like, no. And this is a guy I met when we got in the plane together.
Yeah.
I just did air quotes, nobody saw him. And I was like, hey, does it tell you that I'm streaming? And he's like, no, it doesn't. And I was like, oh, well, it just so happens that I'm streaming. And he's like, I was like, do you mind? He's like, no, I don't mind. He's like, I will give you a follow and a host. And he hosted the stream for some of his boys. And I'm like, cool.
That's awesome.
You know, and then the other night, I was streaming Modern Warfare again, and I was streaming it with my guildmates. And we got a win, and they were dumb stoked.
Yeah.
Like, they were super excited. And I was excited, too.
So were they playing with you?
They were playing with me.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was streaming it. And those are some of the logistics I have to figure out, because I have it on Xbox and everybody else is on PlayStation or PC. But some of the people that watch this at a technical level want to hear what they're saying. They want to hear our interactions with each other. So I'll figure that out. That shouldn't be too difficult to lock down. But it was so much fun just interacting with people like that.
Yeah.
And then having other people watch and hyping us up and let's go, and let's do it. And then for me, I've really come out of my shell. Like, I'll jump into somebody else's chat and be like, hey, what are we doing? Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Like, one of our running gags with Ricky is we're hashtag first try gang.
Yeah.
And she will die at something, and we're like, yo, what's this weird loading screen? It's no death. What are you talking about? So it's the funniest shit in the world, man. Like, I'm really having a blast with the group that I'm in.
That's awesome.
I want at some point in my life, I was like, I was trying to pick and choose, who I would support and what I would support and what I would watch. And then I realized you can do pop out player. And I'm like, I can watch 5 streams at once. We doing this. And I'm lurking you, I'm lurking David,
Yeah.
I'm lurking Keith. Is Keith on? I'm lurking Keith. Um, I'm hitting everybody up because I want to be supportive and I want everybody to have success. And so many people attach, numbers to success, and I
Yeah.
get that. You know what I mean? I get that. But at the end of the day, if you're doing something that you love to do, and if you're having fun doing it, get a camera, put that shit on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree because before I wanted to do like the YouTube stuff, um, I just whenever I sat in front of the camera, I couldn't think of anything. Went blank. It's like what the heck am I gonna do? But with streaming, I just kind of play the game.
What do you mean? Interact with chat. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like the funny thing about it is there are people that have that sort of success with um with YouTube. Like they
Yeah.
can record gameplay and do their commentaries and do all that stuff. And there's a market for that. I'm not saying that there isn't. Um,
Yeah.
but the funny thing about it is, like, when I sat and I thought about it, I was like, man, because I made a video, I cut it, I was getting ready to upload it, and I was like, I just wasn't happy with it. I didn't feel like I was having fun. I felt like I was just being
It felt like work.
very informational. It felt like work.
Yeah.
And I was trying to teach people how to take the lining out of their windows and re-grease it so that your windows go up and down smooth.
Yeah.
And I had done it, and I had done a decent job at it. I did a good. I mean, my windows work, so
Yeah.
there's that. But it just didn't. It didn't feel organic.
Yeah. It
And
felt
then I
forced.
realized that it felt forced, and it just didn't feel. It wasn't fun. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I know that I'm saying that while I'm recording a podcast, but even then, this is conversational.
Exactly.
So it's like there's interaction here. I'm not just talking to nobody.
Yeah.
And that was my thing with YouTube. Like I had to be able to talk to someone
Yeah.
while I was doing it. So I'm in a couple of my friends' videos where we play basketball together and whatever. But what I realize is that and it's okay for other people. I don't think I'm a vlogger. I think I'm a live streamer.
Yeah.
And I'll take my live streams and make VODs and throw them on YouTube and make videos out of them that way.
Yeah.
But I need something and I'll have to write this down and tell Jerry about it. I need like real-time feedback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know exactly
I can't
what you
wait
mean.
the dislike or the comment or whatever the case may be. Like I made a TikTok of my Christmas lights
Yeah.
and tried to post it, and it didn't get any views.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, this sucks. So I privated it. And I think that's when it hit me, when I was like, I need like, I'm not trying to perform, but I need like, I don't need the attaboys, but damn, they'd be nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially when you're starting out. You need that to kind
Exactly.
of spur you on.
So I figure if there is going to be some sort of like, greater good that comes out. I mean, not say greater good, but there is some sort of like higher level that comes out of this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, this is where it starts, and then if I get into like rehearsed content or recorded content or more on the YouTube side, even if I go to YouTube streaming, one of my streams I did stream on YouTube because I couldn't, like Twitch was down for PS users.
Yeah.
But even if I get into it, it's like I get it now. Like my cousin is one of the best Call of Duty players I've ever seen play the game. He's one of the best first-person shooter players I've ever seen. He was like sponsored by Mountain Dew and Halo
Wow.
years ago. And he will jump on YouTube and stream to nobody but me and have a blast doing it.
And that's what matters.
And
That's the part
that's
that
all that matters.
is hard, especially for a lot of people who are starting, is they feel they're not successful because no one's watching. But with streaming, it's like, did you have fun? Did you enjoy doing it?
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's how it is with like YouTube. For me, I have a hard time putting my stuff out there to my immediate people because I don't want to feel like, hey, I'm just advertising what I'm doing. I know you guys don't really care. but I need to kind of get over that.
Yeah.
I need to, because some people would genuinely be interested in what I'm doing. Like,
Dude, I had no idea Keith had a channel with 13,000 subscribers and a video with 4 million views.
exactly,
I had no
exactly.
idea.
But
And it
like,
was Nick that was like, "Hey, he should push this on his YouTube channel." And I was like, "He has a YouTube channel?" He was like, "You don't know?"
yeah,
So, oh my god.
yeah. But like for me, the fun was kind of getting the ins and outs. All right, I'm setting this up. How do I do this? How do I make an intro? How do I do? And I spent an entire evening one day, and I started doing that. I was like, "Hey, Brandon, check this out. Hey,
Dude,
Brandon,
your
check
stuff
this out."
is clean too.
Appreciate
It
that.
is so clean. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I am a little jealous. Rizo, the guy whose stream we fought in,
Yeah,
he sent me a transition for like when he goes to break.
yeah,
And I think I will give it some use, but now like I'm Objeckshun, so I got to get some Phoenix Wright in there.
you have
I
to.
got to get some Court of Law stuff in there, and I can see what I want.
Yeah,
I just have to like sit down and do it.
yeah,
And like right now, it's not prohibitive of me to do it, but the reality is like like people asking for content, like just while we've been on this call, I've gotten a couple messages like, "Yo, who's going live tonight?" And it's like, it is Tuesday night. I could go live,
yeah,
and chances are, depending on when we get off this call, I probably will go live, depending on what I'm doing, because I
Yeah,
really
man.
do want to test my Switch stream,
yeah,
or play Valorant. But like, I don't know, man. Like, this is such an eye-opening experience for me.
yeah.
Like, I don't know how else to say it other than to just be like, I really, and I told myself for years, I'm like, man, I don't want to be famous. I just want to leave a mark. I want to make a mark. When I got
Exactly.
that message today, I was like,
That's what matters.
mission accomplished, man.
That's
Like,
what matters.
mission accomplished.
Like I enjoy doing photography. I enjoy doing like video and podcasting. Obviously, I enjoy doing because like with
Right.
podcasting, shout out to Darth Zigzag, man. He is a dude that's like follows Buddy Talks, Inner Honest Opinion, Adam Analyzes. He follows all of that, and he's like active in the Discord that we're on, and it's a fun thing.
You have to send me a link to that Discord.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll definitely do that. But it's just really cool. It's what I wanted. I wanted to entertain at least one person, and it's doing that. And like my brother
Exactly.
listens. It was a weird thing when I was talking to him the other day. I was on a break and I FaceTimed him, and one of his people that works with him listens to Buddy Talks, and
Right.
she's just like, "This is so weird, actually hearing you speak to me." Because we took a trip and we listened to you in the car, and now you're actually communicating with us, and this is just really cool. That was a really great feeling for me.
Yo, that's awesome. It's like, oh my god, it's him. That's gotta be cool to have, like, not saying that this is what she was, but to have like a fangirl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's sick.
Yeah, it
Can
was
you
just
pause
a
it for a second?
really good feeling. Yeah, and it's just also like I'll be sitting there, and then you light up my chat on Twitch. I was like, yes, this is awesome. This is awesome. I got someone who's like talking in chat. Like today, Joe said something. I was just like, this is what I want. This is the sort of thing that I enjoy doing. This is
See?
YouTube is fun. I still want to try to do stuff like that, but right now this is kind of getting my feet wet because I'm terrible at social media. I have a really hard time promoting myself, and
Yeah.
I have a hard time with like certain things where I don't want to look like an idiot or just feel dumb. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna lurk
Yeah.
because
Nobody wants to be awkward.
yeah, I don't want to be the awkward guy. I don't want to look thirsty or nothing, because that's just not me. But streaming has just been a totally different animal because these are a bunch of different skill sets that I have acquired, a particular set of skills over a very long career. And I'm able to apply a lot of this stuff and troubleshoot a lot of these things and do that. And I was like, I'm actually pretty good at this.
Like, you're good at what you're doing.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, I want to do this. Can I get chroma key? Can I get a green screen to work? Anna, do we have like a green cloth? You're like, we have these bed sheets. Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask you. I was like, bro, how did you get green screen? That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a bed sheet that my mom bought me like 2 years ago. That's neon green. Yeah, I used my photography backdrop poles, got them up there, boom, green screen.
Done.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is like my curtains over there are blue.
Yeah.
And the PlayStation does chroma key. So if I ever wanted to do chroma key on the PlayStation, I could do it.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny. Like, it's such a weird thing. But I'm blessed enough to where, like, my game room is set up to, like, my background is interesting in terms of, like, content.
Yeah.
So there are things over there to talk about. But, oh, man, it's not even about that. You know what I mean? Like, and I was the same way. I was like, oh, what would I have behind me? How would I do green? And I studied this shit in college.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, how would I do this? How would I do that? Blah, 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 blah. And finally was just like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna rip off the fucking Band-Aid and do it. And a couple of the people that are in the group with us that stream with camera, like, they don't have those options.
Yeah.
One of the guys, he streams with like his bed in the background.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. Another guy, he's got a pretty cool lab setup, but his camera's over there.
Yeah.
And that's cool. You know what I mean? Like that works for you. And I'm not, I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm space confined.
Yeah.
But, you know, I live in a house with other people. You know what I'm saying? So, and you've seen my visitor twice now.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it can be, there are challenges, but it's not as prohibitive as I thought it was.
It's really not. It's really not. I turned my office to a recording studio in a day.
Yeah. I turned my desk into a streaming machine in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And the funny thing is, like, I can close my remote session at work, a couple clicks, and I'm live. You know what I mean? And it's sick. Like,
yeah.
It's super, super sick.
That's kind of what happened with me today. I was like, man, got off work. I wonder if I could do this. Got it set up.
We're doing it.
Got it set up, and we're live. Got it. Boom.
Oh, that's friggin' amazing, man. Like, dude, and real talk, man. Like, I am stupidly proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Because, like, you really, you jumped in, and I don't know, I probably wouldn't have told you this under other circumstances, unless we just happened to be casually having the conversation.
Yeah.
But one of the main reasons why I was comfortable, like, doing face cam was because you just, like, jumped in with your feet wet. And I was like, you know what? And I'm not saying that you're an unattractive person.
Yeah.
I mean, look how sexy it is. But, like, I was like, you know what, man? I gotta have this confidence, and it just is what it is. And and if I'm being completely honest, like, without coming across as weird or anything like that, when I first saw Ricky, I was like, yo, she's really attractive, and I don't feel like I am, so I don't feel like anybody would watch me.
Oh, I know that feels.
And the first thing that, like, people will notice you if you do funny things on stream. Like, we were talking about the last time I streamed Final Fantasy, they were talking in chat about the shampoo that Tifa uses, like how much volume it creates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, well, you know, I don't have that problem. I kind of rub my scalp.
Mm-hmm.
K-Town put a comment in chat about it, and I was like, I'm bald, man. But, yeah, it's that sort of thing. Like, I used to think you had to be like supermodel and super attractive and you know, all this other stuff. And it's not that I don't have that level of confidence. I don't think of myself that highly physically, anyways. Well, in any way, but it's less about your appearance and more about your appeal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and like, we some cool cats, bro.
Yeah.
Like, no kittens. I'm not I'm too close to Carol Baskin.
Exactly.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, we are some cool dudes, and I've met some really, really cool people doing this. You have met some of my cool people doing this.
Yeah.
And I genuinely hope that, like, you jump into one of the, like, she'll be streaming tomorrow night around, she starts at 11, and you don't have to stay the whole time. But I'll be going in the chat after this, like, hey, recorded a podcast with my buddy. We talked about streaming.
Yeah.
He's gonna come check you out, just so you know.
Yeah.
Join the Discord, and then that's that. Because I don't know the Discord link off the top of my head, but
That's
she's
fine.
got a command in there. It's like a ! Discord, and it's like join the guild.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that's my new career.
Heck yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like I'm having a blasty with it. Like I've invested a lot of money in it. When that check came, I was like forced induction, and you were the one that was like, do something computer, and I was like, but a turbo though.
Yeah.
And then I went on eBay, and a lot of the people that, funny enough, a lot of the people that I watch on YouTube that build my car use eBay turbos.
Yeah.
And I found a turbo kit on eBay right in my power range for $400, and I was like, I can buy that anytime.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna do, if I don't commit to this now, I will never commit to it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm ripping off the Band-Aid, man, and now I'm super friggin' committed. Like I have Ethan stopped using his Switch essentially, so I have my streaming dock, I have my regular dock, I have, you know, this huge monitor that I bought from Casey. This was sitting waiting for Smash tournaments.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, I can use this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I have a setup, like, and it's weird to say, like, I have a setup, but I have a setup now. Like, and it, you know, for the listeners out there that are actually thinking about getting into this, recommendation number 1: get a good chair. I used to look at people and be like, why on earth would you spend $500 on a chair? And I've been doing this for a while, and I'm like, dude, I'm getting these chairs. This ain't the move.
Yeah.
So right now, shout out to Lisa Harris. She hooked me up with this chair from the office because Ethan broke my other desk chair. But now that I have a couple pennies to rub together, I'm definitely going to be investing in like a Secret Lab or a DX Racer or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a new chair as well.
Yeah, these chairs, these ain't it, man.
Not the move.
This ain't the move.
Not the move.
One of these days, man, like I'm not saying that if I don't get there, I'll stop. But at some point, if I do get to like some level of success where I'm doing this for longer than, 2 or 3 hours at a time,
yeah,
then I really want to be, like super vested in it, and I feel good about this. Like this feels right.
And I got your back if you need anything technical wise or need to get, especially you want to get that Phoenix Wright stuff set up. Let me know. I'm all about that.
You guys have got to check out Marvin's stream, if only for the transitions. Like, I'm not trying to be rude because his content is fantastic. You guys all know, if you're listening to this man's content is fantastic, but those transitions, and I low-key hate Joker. It is no secret. I may play Persona one day. I may not. Don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
But that shit is so clean, bro.
Appreciate it.
It is so to the point where I was like, damn. Because I don't think we're competing. You know what I mean? By any stretch. But I looked at that shit and I was like, that's slick. I want that. I don't even play Persona and I want that. And then I was looking at David's. Like, David's is really cool. Like, I don't know if you follow him or if you watch him.
I had to follow him, yeah.
Yeah, like his stuff is clean, and I was just like, bro, I might need to hit you up about OBS or slobs, and he was like, bro, I got you. And I was like, see, this is why I do this.
Yeah.
Because everybody's so cool about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy. I used to think, just looking at, if you were to go out and look at Twitch, you would think the majority of Twitch is just this toxic pit of, certain types of streamers and what's the word that they use now? Incels or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so not like that. That's just the stuff that gets highlighted because
that's the minority.
That's the exactly. Like, I was watching Grand Pooh Bear, and Grand Pooh Bear was like, if you have 10 people watching you at any given time, you're doing better than 90% of Twitch in terms of numbers. And that's not important. You know what I mean? And that amazed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, And there are people that have been at this 4 or 5 years, and they have, 800. Like the Dragon Fiend, will have like anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 people on average
Yeah.
watching, and she gets my Twitch Prime sub, um, just because she's like super family friendly. She doesn't swear. Ethan
Yeah.
can watch it, and I'd be comfortable with that. Um, but yeah, like there's so much more good stuff out there
Yeah.
than the crap that you see. And the only reason that you see the crap that you see is because those at some points are the loudest voices. Like I
Oh yeah.
realized I had subscribed to a bunch of YouTube channels when I was first looking at streaming, like Streamers Reloaded and
Yeah.
some other ones, and a lot of them report on all the drama in the streaming community, and I was like, how can people still be streaming if there's so much drama in the community? And the truth of the matter is, there really isn't. Like it's not as toxic as you think it is. It's just these people. There are certain people in everything that you do. There's gonna be an asshole.
Yeah.
And the other thing that something that I had to learn is not everybody's gonna like what you do,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to like what you're doing,
Exactly.
and you'll be fine.
Yep.
And the rest will find you. And this is a testament to that. Like I never thought anybody wanted to watch me play video games.
Yeah.
Except maybe some of the people that I live with. And even then, they don't really want to watch it. But I turn on, Mortal Kombat and let people know that's what I'm playing, and they jump in the stream like, "Yo, what's good? Here's how you play. You suck at this, but you will get better."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Hey, I'm having a blast. I'm getting my ass beat." And I'm telling the guy that's beating on me, I'm like, "Yo, give them what they want, man. They want to see fatalities. Rip his heart out."
Yeah. Do work. Let's go all in.
It's fun, man. And I was like, "Bro, I wish I could have given you a better match. I'm just not very good at that game." He's like, "Dude, I had stupid fun, and you're getting better at it."
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Heck yeah, man. That's why before I was afraid. I was like, man, I don't know if I want to stream Smash because I'm not the greatest at it. But you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's
It's
do
just entertainment, man. Like
Yep.
it's super entertainment. And real talk, ton of people that I have to thank in terms of like kind of pushing, not necessarily like pushing it, but just being like, this is something that you can do. Because I didn't believe that shit for a second.
Yeah.
Like Derek, huge shouts out to Derek, because Derek had experience in it, and for him to tell me or tell you or tell anybody, he's like, you can do this.
Yeah.
Like, you'll make affiliate or you'll do whatever. Like that meant a lot. David that I'm watching, shouts out to him because he's like, yo, I got you. Big shouts out to you because you and me have that Goku Vegeta thing where it's like,
yeah.
you doing this, I'm doing this.
We boost each other up.
And we boost each other up. Huge shouts out to the Guild, Ricky Chu, Rizo, K-Town, all of them. And a big shouts out to Keith and Andrew. Like,
yeah.
Keith, I probably wouldn't have been as comfortable doing it as I was if I hadn't spoken to Keith about it. And that's no shot at Keith. It's just, like, we both suffer from terrible social anxiety.
Yeah.
Me more so than him. And to see him do it, man, and just to do it so well and do it so patiently,
easy.
Interact with the channel. He makes it look simple.
Yeah.
And then to find out that he's got a YouTube channel with 13,000 subscribers, like, those aren't little numbers.
Those are big numbers.
Those are big numbers, you know what I mean? And Andrew, he was at it and he walked away from it and then he came back to it. And for somebody to and I don't know what his personal situation was, why he walked away from it.
Yeah.
But if you walk away from something and then come back to it, and now that we're in what we're in, you stay with it.
Yeah.
Like, he's really been an inspiration, and he's that dude that's like, do it.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about it he's like, yo, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. It took somebody thousands of miles away on TikTok to actually convince me to rip the Band-Aid off, but he was definitely having me peel at it.
Yeah.
For a while. And now I'm in it. And now I'm telling people, like, there's some people in the guild that are like, man, I'd stream it, but I'm not that good at the game. I'm like, bro, this dude just whooped my ass for an hour. Watch, like, get on stream.
Yeah.
And the guy, the K-Town, he's really good at the games that he plays. Like, he carried us, basically. I think in the the Modern Warfare game that we won, he had 10 kills. Another guy that said he wasn't any good at the game had 7. I had 4. And the guy that was supposed to be the best out of all of us had 1.
Wow.
And I need to go back through that VOD because I got a clip. Sorry. I
Yeah.
had a great shot that I have to clip
Yeah.
before they delete the VOD. But yeah, man, like going through and learning all the technical stuff and all that stuff. You know, your stream quality can get better when you're affiliated.
Yeah.
Like right now, I think I would be your bandwidth. How much bandwidth they give you is limited to like I think 2,500, which is sufficient for most shit.
Yeah.
But the better you get, like there's people that are partnered and now they can stream in 4K. Not that I'm looking to do that at any point in time, but Dragon Phoenix's a partner. She streams at 720, but her Mario Maker gameplay is just that friggin' entertaining.
Yeah.
Like it's fun to watch.
Yeah. But we're actually at about an hour, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Time flies.
That hell.
Go ahead. Where can I find you, man?
You can find me on, well, right now, you can find me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Objeckshun, OBJECKSHUN. On all of my socials, I am at Objeckshun, OBJECKSHUN, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Kind of ducking Facebook right now. You can find me there, Brandon Jones, but that's a weird little cesspool that I'm avoiding. But the best way to get a hold of me would be to stop by my stream, drop a follow, shameless plug, and I will have a real one-on-one conversation with you, or 1-on-5 or 10 or however many people are in there. But
do you have a schedule or anything yet?
Right now we're doing something to kind of build each other up where we're trying not to step on each other's toes.
That's cool.
So I know Ricky streams Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Yeah.
And I try to stream those on the off days.
Gotcha.
Unless somebody else in the guild is streaming.
Yeah.
So yesterday I streamed. I usually get on stream when everybody goes to bed just so that I'm not keeping people awake.
Yeah.
So I'll normally jump on about 11, but I'm going to start moving it up earlier.
Yeah.
And the other thing is a lot of my audience is on the East or the West Coast.
Oh, makes sense.
So I'm going to start, switching it up. I don't have a set schedule right now, but if you're looking for me, most likely going to be either Saturday evening, Friday evening, Tuesday evening, Wednesday evening.
All right. Sounds good, man. Awesome. Remember, you can find me on buddytalkspodcast.com. You can check out my Twitch as well. Artful Gent is who I am on there. So twitch.tv/artfulgent.
Go check it out.
And I'm at the Artful Gent on Twitter because Artful Gent was taken. So thanks again, Brandon, for just stopping by, shooting shit with me.
Thanks for having me, man. It was a blast. I had a great time.
Definitely.
And stream. If you're feeling it, rip the Band-Aid off. Do it. Let me know you're doing it. I will come hype you up in your chat.
Heck yeah.
Cannot recommend it enough. It's so damn cool.
Definitely. All right, everyone. You guys take it easy.
Peace out.